How's it going, garden people? Welcome to the Hidden Gardens. It's late November here in my Cape Cod Zone 7 garden, and winter is certainly right around the corner. Starting off over in the front entryway garden, the Wonderland garden, right here is a black dragon cryptomeria. It's one of 5 I have going right now. All of them are in pots. These two, this one and the one on the other side of the house, have been in the pots the longest. They do really well in the pots. They look really nice in the winter. They take the full afternoon sun in the summer. Really great tree. I've definitely enjoyed these. They're doing well in the pots themselves. Eventually I'll probably plant them into the ground. As you can see, the other one's way down there on the left. And they do really well in the pots. They do take on a little bit of a darker tone come the winter, but definitely not a bronze coat, as you'll see some other things do take. I was able to get the caging on the Castle Spire Blue Holly, and the Japanese Holly seems to be doing well so far, so we'll certainly keep an eye on those evergreens throughout the winter, and hopefully they will pull through and come out the other side. Temple of Bloom 7 Sunflower Heptacodium is staked up, and I'll redo the staking come late winter, early spring, when I do some trimming on that and get it much more up into a trunk tree form than a bush form. But I certainly love that plant. It's an all-season plant. Very much a fall-looking garden. Glow Pop Japanese Holly is holding its own and doing well so far. This butterfly bush, actually all the butterfly bushes in my garden are holding on to their foliage quite a bit. We've had a few frosts, not any freezes just yet, so I'm sure once the temperatures really stick to the lows, all the foliage on the butterfly bushes will go. But for now, it's very much a fall situation. For this Dragon Prince cryptomeria, as well as the one right across the way here, I'm going to come through and I'm going to cut out all the dead, and hopefully I'll give it some good fertilizer come the spring, and I'm hoping it'll flush some good growth then and really push past all this dead looking situation that it went through. It does seem to be recovering slowly, but it is still recovering, so we're glad to have that. Some really pretty structure for the winter garden out of this Snow Fountains Japanese cherry blossom tree. Really pretty tree, so it definitely gives some good interest in the winter. Of course, its big show is in the spring, and the foliage that it gives the rest of the year is quite nice for the backdrops, so I enjoy this tree quite a bit. I do like to leave the majority of my cleanup for the springtime, though I did get in here and clean up some of the leaves around the hibiscus so that I'm not overwintering any bad bugs, bad situations, powdery mildew situations if I've had any of that. All of that stuff I try to get out of the garden now. As you can see, the rabbits are going after that taller branch of that blue holly. However, for the most part, the cages seem to be doing their job. I do think I probably should have gone for some wider cages, but I think that these ones will work for the season anyways. If you're a returning subscriber, you know that I have a slew of bunnies that like to gnaw on my blue hollies throughout the winter, and it's certainly rabbit damage when you look at the bite marks and such, and you'll know that they definitely got a hold of the pollinators as well. And normally these Castle Spire Blue Hollies are absolutely covered in red berries. These red berries are absolutely beautiful, really pretty, absolutely fully covered. So come this time next year, now that I've been able to protect them throughout the winter, I think we'll get a really nice show come this time next winter. But for now, we at least have a few of them, and I'm pretty happy with that. You can see the rabbits are certainly getting to the branches down low down here, which is fine as long as I can get the plants up high enough where the rabbits can't reach, so that we've got all this top growth, then I'm cool with that. That's perfectly fine with me. More really nice structural interest for this Ruby Falls redbud right here. I may try to stake it up to get it a little bit more height on it this winter, but I certainly enjoy that tree. Very, very pretty tree. I'll need to get out here pretty soon and pop out a few of the weeds that seems to be trying to pop up. I'm certainly waging a war on the weeds, and I'll fight very many battles, but it seems, at least in this front entryway in the garden beds, seems to be turning in my favor. The pathways are definitely a different story, because there's certainly more weeds than there are grass in the pathways. But I think I'll reseed those pathways come this spring and really kind of try and start to get a hang of that. This Dragon Prince Cryptomeria, as well as the one along the way, were planted fairly recently this past season, so we're going to hope that they don't take too much of a beating this winter and bronze out being newly planted. Otherwise, these plants really do well to hold a nice golden hue throughout the winter. Not so much a dark bronzing situation, but a nice greenish golden hue. We've got an Abelia plant that I planted here not that long ago, and that's got some really pretty color on it right now. It may lose some foliage as the winter gets a little bit colder here, but it will hopefully come back out next spring, and really pretty Abelia. Love those. I planted a Wolf Eyes Dogwood, and that's what you're seeing right here with this firework type budding display going on, so that's exciting. I really enjoyed that. I'm super happy to have that plant. Yellow twig dogwood back there, and the baby blue spruce. Really enjoying how this little garden bed seems to be coming together. I did disrupt this area and kind of resituate these plants all along here, so that makes sense that there's more weeds kind of popping up around here. And this dwarf baby blue spruce, I really enjoy where it's at in its placing, along with the coral bark Japanese maple to the right here and the yellow twig dogwood. I really like this line, not only on this side, but as you'll see a little bit later on the other side. Really nice alignment of colors for a fall going into winter garden. If you're new here, I hope you'll consider subscribing so you can follow along on the gardening journey. It helps me out, it helps the channel out. I don't have a degree in horticulture or any gardening degrees. My degrees fall in anthropology and history, so I'm using my channel to document my gardening journey and the gardening journey along on YouTube, and as well as the damage done by the rabbits in the garden. So this is what I mean by the rabbits are coming after certain plants, so I'm caging them up, and hopefully I'll get them tall enough that the rabbits can't get to them up high, and I'll have what I'm hoping to form a nice little evergreen room in this whole front garden area. Very pretty contrasting foliage on this Castle Rouge blue holly. This is the pollinator for the Castle Spire blue hollies that are the more greener plant over there. So far so good holding that from the bunny damage. Another Dragon Prince Cryptomeria right here that I'll come through and just kind of nip out that dead spots, but those are pulling through fairly well. And coral bark Japanese maple, Sango Kaku, I believe is how it's pronounced. I may be butchering that, I'm not sure, but I am certainly in love with this tree. This one will get fairly big, about 20 to 25 feet tall, about 15 feet or so wide, and I'll do what needs to be done in the late spring in terms of pruning wise, but it does seem to be forming a fairly good canopy. It is favoring the sun side just a tad, so I'll keep an eye on that. Though it does seem to like this position in the garden. I get full afternoon sun. Alright, now my fingers come through the lens a few times. Again, I'm not a videographer, I'm certainly a home gardener, I'm not an orator, I'm more of a writer, so bear with me when it comes to some of those technical things. I'm certainly trying different settings for the video as well, and I can't seem to get it to upload in 4K either, so technical difficulties through the channel. I'll keep working on it and keep trying to improve on all of the things. Though isn't that a gardener's life, to explore and experiment and improve on the past seasons as you go? Plumbago right here, a little river of plumbago. Some of them are newly planted, so we'll see about getting a nice red river of fall color next year. And this Miss Lemonabilia is fantastic. I absolutely love this plant. Recently posted a short about this plant. I do try to post short videos about plants when they're in bloom or they're pretty foliage or such. I'll do it to a little bit of music and I'll write a little something about it. I do try to include the variety as well. So if you see something and you want to see it a little bit more up close, definitely go and check those out. Ruby Tears crabapple. Its crabapples are a little bit past its prime at this point. It's persistent, as are the other two crabapples, the Tina Sargent over closer by the door. They hold on to their berries until either birds eat them or they just kind of shrivel up and disappear, as it were, kind of fall down and blend in with the ground below. This bed is developing, all of the front beds are developing, all of the gardens are developing, of course. I did move some plants around and add some things recently in this bed. This evergreen Pierre's japonica seems to be doing okay. It's a little sparse, so we'll keep our eye on it, but I think it'll be alright, hopefully. For sure, one of the big observations of gardening is to just give it some time. Gardening certainly teaches you patience, and given enough time, you may find that some plants will absolutely surprise you. You may think it's dead, but it might just need just a little bit more time to prove itself. Rearranged, planted, divided these irises and this bed recently in a video, and I showed that I was able to get a hold of another Temple of Bloom heptacodium that I planted, so I will come along. This one is definitely in need of some shaping up, especially if I want to get it into tree form and to hopefully balance and match the other one along the way here. I do try to go for some semblance of balance in the garden in terms of where I place things. I also definitely try to cram as many ornamental trees as I can into a space, and I am trying to move things a bit closer to each other so that I'm not giving the weeds enough room to come up and come in. Such beautiful foliage on it, and really cute little dainty flowers on that plant too. Really adore that plant. Lamb's ear I planted recently, so I'll let that spread around just a little bit. Underneath this Tina Sargent crabapple, again, its crabapples are a little bit past its prime, but very pretty. I can't wait for this to kind of grow up and fill in a bit. Overcast, bit of a gloomy day here in my garden. I've noticed that you become just a little bit of a novice weather person when it comes to gardening, as gardening is very much dependent upon weather and the seasons as they go. Another Dragon Prince Cryptomeria. This one has been in the ground quite a bit longer than the other ones and is doing really well, so I know that the other plants will do well once they take their hold. I was able to get a new mat, so that's exciting. Still need work to do on the house and the trim and screens and doors and paint and such. I'll plant these pots up with some tulips soon, and this whole front way is still in need of some work and design and such. But I do have an idea of the plants to go up here. Like I said, the Black Dragon Cryptomerias do well really up here, and I'm hoping that these Hinoikis will also do well and give a little bit of a bluer color evergreen interest for up here. It's Thanksgiving week here in my garden, so we'll see about getting a little bit of a Christmas decoration situation going on within the next week or two. Dwarf spruces in these pots up here, and my pups decided to make a little bit of an appearance.
Come on, you two.
And I can't seem to make Minnie stand up upright. Though the garden is very much in its fall season, and I will have some bulb planting coming up soon. I'll add a couple of more daffodils and such. I have another Black Dragon Cryptomeria right here that I think I'm going to plant in a pot for here. So as I was looking out the door, I needed something evergreen right in the middle here. Not only as a nice little centerpiece, but also, if you can see, my neighbor's driveway is right across the way, and it would be nice to have just a little bit of a screening. So while I'm not sure if I'll keep this tree here or get another evergreen, I don't know, a nice weeping Alaskan cedar would be nice to have here, like the one that I have in the backyard. That might be really pretty, but that one might get too big. I'm not sure. We've got the ajuga that I planted, and that seems to be holding its own. Laura petalum. Still on the fence as to whether those are going to hold, the dark planted foliage plant right there, but we'll hope for the best. And glow stick Japanese holly are doing well. Those are very, very pretty. Nice yellowish type color in the middle here. So things are moving along and cruising as they go. So we'll take a little bit more of a look here, and then we'll pop over to the side front yard garden and take a look at how things are going over there. Now, though, is certainly the time to look around and check out what is lacking for winter interest in the gardens. Planted up some tulips recently in these pots around these glow sticks, so those will be pretty come the spring. And this red twig dogwood has the best variegated foliage when it's got its leaves on it, but now that the leaves are gone, it simply shimmers and shines in the fall backdrop. So I can't wait for a little bit of snow to come, because I think that one's just going to be super, super pretty. And over to the side front yard, we've got another plant that's giving off some gorgeous fall color. This Gatsby Moon hydrangea, oak leaf hydrangea, really, really pretty. This whole side yard I've developed within this past year. And so far, it seems like all the plantings seem to be doing fairly well. I'm not sure about these Celtic Pride cypress, because the browning on them, now that it's wintertime, it's a look. I'll say that. We'll see if that kind of continues next season, or if they're just having trouble. I don't know. We'll find out. I did move this totally stoked aster back a little bit, and it seems to have taken that move perfectly fine, so that's good. I'm pretty happy about that. I'll have all sorts of bulbs that come out come the springtime. So this area is developing, and this Gatsby Moon oak leaf hydrangea should get fairly big, and it'll be a good siding for the shed. The shed houses the garbage cans that are in here. I have a couple of big ones that are in there, and then I have another garbage can on the side of it. So the shed does really well to kind of mask that and make a ugly site look kind of pretty. And I did get those solar lights after the fact, but I swear they look like they came with the shed. They didn't, but they do. They just fit perfectly with this little shed. And I do like the grasses in front of it as well. I think that's a little bit of a pretty look and gives some nice fall color as well. I was finally able to get this whole area fixed up a bit and reworked, and I'm pretty pleased with how it turned out. It houses this extra trash can as well as the wheelbarrow fairly well back here, and you can't really see it from the road. I can see it from here, so hopefully this weeping Coosa dogwood will get a little bit bigger and just kind of mask and weep around it a bit and mask it just a bit, so that at least while it's still a functioning situation, I can make it a little bit prettier as well. And we're still hoping that it'll play nicely with the I think it's a Norway spruce, a weeping Norway spruce behind there. It looks a little crooked, so I might have to come along and fix that just a tad. But I think that this area is going to develop fairly nicely. What would be really nice is to kind of get like a little archway going with this Norway spruce and the other one along the way, and have this little blue cloak fir in the middle kind of grow up and be the little middle evergreen centerpiece there. I do have this on top so that I can see that there's a stake there and I don't end up getting poked by it when I go to lean down or something. So that's a little gardener trick for you. If you have a stake just hanging out in your yard, make sure that you put a little something on top of it. But this whole little area is kind of developing. I just moved some plants around, planted these boxwoods as well, as well as this osmanthus foss holly. I'm not sure what variety this is, so hopefully it's not going to get too big. And I'll make it just a little bit of a hedge, an evergreen hedging situation going on here. And behind it, some salvia and butterfly bushes and plants to kind of fill in the in-between and spill over. I will certainly need to come in with some daffodil bulbs to fill in this area soon. Here, as you can see, this butterfly, it's the mop butterfly bush. That seems to be holding on to its foliage, so it's a little bit close to this tree that I planted. This is a Tuscarora crepe myrtle tree that I just recently planted, and it came from a place that was probably a bit warmer, so I did try to harden it off just a little bit before I planted it. So we'll keep our eye on that, and hopefully that'll pull through the winter, and is definitely going to need some shaping. I was hoping it was going to arrive taller than it did, but we've got what we got, and hopefully it'll work out fairly nicely, and we'll definitely try to make it work as we go along. I have a couple more Castle Spire blue hollies and a pollinator back there that are caged up and protected, so hopefully those will grow up a bit and give us another nice little evergreen backdrop. Some yarrow on the ground back there as well that seems to be working out as ground cover that I left, so we're cool with that. And right here is some dusty miller that I planted here. Now this is kind of a marginal, it could be an annual, but so far it's kept over winter here, so this coming seed starting situation season I'm going to add a few more and kind of just have another plant and then 2 more plants over here on this side of the bed, and that'll be a nice little end for these little raised bed area here. A bunch of roses over there that I'm still trying to get the hang of, and I did end up planting a few peonies in this bed right here, so we'll kind of see if they even come up. And I'll probably plant the dahlias all in this bed and the bed back there a little bit, and then I'll keep this side for all cut flowers. As you can see, I have snapdragons in here now that are still kind of going. They're slowly petering their way out, but I'm cool with having the color that's here. I did try to pull things as they were going to seed so that I don't end up with a whole huge weeding seed situation, reseeding situation come the spring. These I might be a little bit late to the game, but I just couldn't resist because they're really, really pretty. So, but I will probably pull them fairly soon here. As well as the stalk that is growing right here. This is like a miniature dwarf stalk that I grew from seed, and it's very, very pretty. So I think I'll try and add a bit more of that because that seems to still be going as well. And I'm still trying to get the hang of when to start seeds and summer versus cool, warm versus cool seeds, that whole thing. So still journey, still learning experience, lots of things to adventure in. Flamethrower redbud right there, and here's a Tonto crepe myrtle that's I've planted recently. So we'll certainly be looking forward to these things kind of growing up and shaping them as much as I can to this little area and giving some nice color and different interests throughout the seasons. The crepe myrtles bloom more in the summertime, and I've definitely got a lot of spring interest going on, so I'm trying to make sure that I've got interest going throughout all of the seasons. Another abelia plant here that I transplanted recently. Again, beautiful, beautiful foliage. I really, really like the margins that it gives off. The different colors, very, very pretty up close. And over in the dog yard area, the evergreens seem to be pulling through, so we'll be glad once that kind of grows up a bit. Over on this magnolia tree, there's quite a bit of lichen growing on it. From what I understand, it's a symbiotic relationship, so the lichen isn't hurting the magnolia tree. It can be a sign of like good air quality, I guess. And older wood on the tree, but it's not hurting it, so we'll see how things go. But as far as I know, the tree's doing okay. Oak leaf pink hydrangea right here with some gorgeous fall color on this, absolutely stunning. So if you've liked this video, I hope you'll hit the like button, give me a little bit of encouragement to continue along. And most of all, if you're returning, thank you for coming along on the journey. I hope that this video inspires you all to continue along on your gardening journeys, whatever that looks like for you. And thank you for coming along on mine.